Tak. Všechno zelený, já se ještě jak zním. Zním dobře? Zním dobře, výborně. Krása krásoucí. Tak, teď mě ještě zajímá. Funguje to? Funguje ta Twitch integrace? Nazdar, Kirado! Když se podívám k sobě na channel... No, jsem živě, já vím. Tak by tady mělo být Disco Elysium. Rozšíření. Tak snad bude funkční. Nevím, vyzkoušíme hned. Hele, jde i škálovat. Twitch je na nás dneska hodný. Hihihi. Tak. Akorát vůbec nevím, kam si potom placenout kameru. To uvidíme potom asi ve hře. Tak. Charakter archetyp. Thinker. Extremely intelligent, very bad with people. Knows interesting fact, ne. Sensitive. Very psychological. A magnetic personality, but unstable. To zní dobře. Voleš Island Empire. Okay, to jsou asi teda jako nějaký traity teda. Chápu-li správně. Physical, extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done but dumb as a rock. Ne, asi budem šarmantní, tady, continue. The furious are at home in the mirror. It is their address, even nestíhám. Okay, begin.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Jinak, Kiraro, jak je to se zvukem? Jsem slyšet já, je slyšet hra, je všechno v pohodě? Plunge back into fathomless deep. No, I want to know about that X thing.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Alonzi? Never let me go. Now I want to get up now. I like pain and burning light and weight.
Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough.
Ok, super. Já jsem právě včera měl nějaký zajímavý problém, že mi prostě odešel mikrofon a odmítal se zase spravit, tak nevím, snad je to dneska v pohodě. Co kdo chce, co mi pípá? Netflix, ne děkuji. Tak. A return trip to the silence, please. Let's visit the ancient Zero Holm. Looks, I'm tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. Do you really?
Don't be naive. Of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until forever ends.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meet around you. A sensation.
Plus řekni mi, že jsem teďka umřel a hra končí.
Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion.
Volition. Co je kurva volition? You can take it. You're a champion. Mother, help me. There's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it. No, I'm not scared. I am a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Vůle? Volition je vůle? Ok, dík. Help! Someone! Cut my head off! It's trying to murder the rest of me. Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Kalhoty, OK. Jsme nasadili automaticky, když jsem žádný neměl.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Flaška, gimme. The bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Oh, je víno. Looks like someone tore up the song that was playing. Hold tab to highlight. Oh. Jsou boty nebo čapka? Boty.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Sivofli. Čekaj, já zkusím si, jestli třeba tričko mi nepřidává nějaký bonus. Nebo košile. Spirit de Corps. OK. Takže mám... Kalhoty mi actually ubíraj si... Tak si sundáme kalhoty a jdem chytat tu. A jdem chytat z kravatu, OK. Je co tady? See a bottle in a bathtub, wine, beer and sweet liquors.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Wipe the mirror.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Dear Lord, help me. What is this? Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. Think I'm a superstar.
It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
Rigor mortis. Yeah, I think it might be because I'm a superstar.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, this is what superstars do.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Superstardom. God, I don't know. It's indescribable. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too. It's a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it. It's expression of pain. Nah, I'm afraid it means for the ladies.
Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens.
No one tells me what to do.
That's right. Not even yourself. Go ahead, try something. It's not an order.
Dick. OK, to asi nedám. Electrochemistry, what the fuck? Košilka. Tak teď zkusíme čapnout čapnout tu kravatu.
This fan has two, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though you reach out to grab the tie. But what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
Do prdele.
This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact.
Bring it on.
Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable.
Pain threshold success.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colourful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in...
Ok, tak si můžu oblíct ty kalhoty. Inland Empire +1. Takže zatím mám minus k suggestion. Total Inland Hunches and gut feeling. Dreams in walking life. OK, to je dobrý. Spirit the corpse. Connection to station 41. Understand cop culture. Go to party planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Sneak under their noses, stun with immense penny. OK. Konceptualizace si dokážu představit, co dělá. Tak a teď si můžu dojít pokecat s tím, se zrcadlem. Zjistit, proč se tak tvářím.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it.
Tak můžeš něco dělat dole v bytě. Tam jsou dveře pryč, teda. To vypadá, že je na chodbu. A co je tohle? Čekat. Musím našel nějaký klíče, ne? Ale asi teda ne odsaď. March 51.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Officer, I am a military personnel.
No.
She seems pretty perplexed by your question.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Wait, I know, I'm a businessman, chief executive officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Okay, chief technical officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
She takes another drag. All this
You've been
time?
here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Počkat. Co si musím sundat, abych byl přesvědčivější?
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
To nemůžu! Zrada!
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Goodbye.
Zrada! Dobře. Kravata? Ne. Košilka.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Oh můj bože. Beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness.
The door does not care.
The door probably thinks you're a has-been loser too. You feel your funny necktie becoming tighter and tighter around your neck.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Ty vole, jsem mohl vů milady. Taky si tu košile se vezmu zpátky, no. Co to je zkusit, když jsem měl 50% šanci. You have nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe Monde. This is where the lyrics would be. Big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing. Já chci zpívat. Plus. Tak ne. Speakers connected to the radio, musical.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul's cubic content is obstructed by the hangover. My soul is immense.
Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. Whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
This goes well in theory. I'm developing. I'm a down on my luck superstar person.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
What should I sing when it comes
You
to
have
it?
not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Lamentation sounds good. They really get a gouge on my soul with that. I was thinking maybe I could sing something happy. Get people going.
No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Sing karaoke. Get a hold of a sad song on tape.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan.
Look at the stuffed
A
bird.
competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. Most likely on a wall.
Protože taky pocit, že to strhnul já.
Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the door where a man in a bomber jacket is stepping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference? You look like a bartender.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
So not only I am a cop, but I'm also a hero?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
What did I do?
What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Oh my god, I did all those things. I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things.
You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all that time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
He looks down again, kývla, jasně. Menu has been wiped clean, only word Mondays written on it. Nějaký healovací item. This is water cooler, jasně. Electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Bolted kitchen reserve for personnel. Mess hall reserve for union members.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Nic se tady ukrást nedá? Bottles are often being knocked over, beautiful dark liquor is spilling out.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Pick up the
The
pills.
man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
No words, just primordial scream.
Why the yelling, man?
The 30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look. You're alive? You look out of... Just want to see what would happen if I yelled.
Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What
Is
do
it-
you want, officer?
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police. More than they usually do, at least.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
I've almost never been outside of this building.
Good. We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines. For one, I could use some more shut-eye in the mornings. Right to work, right to sleep, I say. Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait, no. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
They got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. Or just getting some sleep. Or was.
The way he says Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess. He seems like a worthy rival. You should slay him.
We are the workers, the union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no leader?
Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
Seen anything interesting in your dreams?
Thank God, no.
Was it a fathomless darkness into which we ought to be deferred like corpses to a mausoleum? Tell me, was it bliss-free of X somethings?
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No X anything. Just quality time.
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection. The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
Je to XPček, sice teda nevím, na co mi pořád jsou, ale...
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
It cannot be retried. Oh shit.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
You instinctively run your hand over the multi-patterned silk of your tie. Its slickness gives you comfort and reassurance.
Don't worry! Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop.
Yes, well. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I don't like dead bodies. Dead body? No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Yes,
But they're just white rectangles.
they are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
But shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine.
Morphine!
So cigarettes will have to do.
After you, officer.
Let's roll.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. I'm currently in between names.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
Who, me?
I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Who killed him?
She went away because none of your business.
This is the second time you avoided the subject.
Oh my god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it.
Maybe it's he who's obsessed with this Sylvie person. Certainly sounds like it.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard. The prey drive says.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is this?
Why did you have to kill him?
Do I have to answer him? Is this mandatory?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
Did he hurt you? Is that why? Did you get some kind of sick kick out of killing him?
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
Anyone? Have you killed someone else then?
He ignores you.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination.
But...
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like that!
No, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk.
What real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
He pronounced the R with a mock aristocratic accent.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
By real, do you mean some form of street cred?
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
He points to a red ledger on the counter.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
But what exactly is money? You're under arrest.
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. What are you, a philosopher?
Actually, I might be.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Interesting. Where do I get it from?
Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Why do I need
For
it?
survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
But what if I don't have any?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't have a home. I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I really don't remember.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Up to Marvel Hill.
Why did you say that?
They are just synopsis files. It doesn't mean anything. The name must have some meaning for me.
The old thesaurus comes up empty. Maybe you should ask the lieutenant.
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying, up on Marvel Hill, a great high place, one that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
The exact street, the exact number.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Ooh. Lonesome Way Home. Temporarily research one of factual memory tenants. Research time 6 hours. Teď nad tím přemýšlím a budu nad tím přemýšlet 6 hodin, kde bydlím. Aspoň chápu to správně. Pay for damages, who made the call, inspect the report, badge missing. Some door is closed for winter. Neměl jsi mít těma dveřma? Nebo ne?
The door is closed. Still no answer. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish tie feels very snug.
Or you could not do that. No one is making you.
I should not do that. Well, I'll think about
Good.
it.
Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
There's something on the table. Peníze! The smell of sea makes you dizzy.
Yes?
Thing. Aha, tady se... Oh, bota!
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
Wait, those do not look like normal cop shoes.
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
How do they fit?
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
OK, takže už mám zase zpátky boty. Kim try not to look at the broken door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I did it my way. This is where the magic happens.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity?
Well, well, crimes against myself anyway. I defied bourgeoisie morality in here. Defied it hard. This is expression of me, my individualism. No, I meant disco. Never mind.
I have no idea what that means.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Okay. Počkej, že teda někde tam budou teda dveře ven.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet.
I need to rum and lemonade. I left for Garte to set me up beverage.
There he is, the old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate
Lick
right
it,
now by
but
licking
only
that
a
stain
little.
off the counter. Do it. It'll be wild. What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. It would go well with those cigarettes. That's a great combination.
Tady nemám nic novýho. Teďka už si můžu půjdat tou babkou?
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Does that mean you like me?
Why, you are, officer.
I know, sweetie. Look at me. Maybe I am.
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
Mój Bože. I don't know. Wink. Maybe I have. No, I'm done with mating ritual this time around.
You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
Your advances haven't thrown her off one bit. In another place and time, she would have probably welcomed your attention.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Yeah, he's glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks you up,
This
smiling.
Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
You seem to be in a chair. How would you like to roll with me? Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you.
Tak on her hearts. Oh mój Bože.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
This isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I'm at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
She unfastens a gold commemorial pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm. Aw.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races.
I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
The Whirling in Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
See, I have no idea.
We're in the city of Revachol, dear.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Dostal se
Her relief is
peru.
palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
I'd like to think it's dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plain on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustle and grind like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds. Cop. We are living under the cop regime. Some kind of democracy, maybe?
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
If there is no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So, how did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
OK. Co to mám? Pin. A kind green apple pen. Můžu provodit se tohodle?
Is in a deep. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from, into the primordial darkness.
S tím už si nepokecám. A tady teda se dá vylézt. Wheelbarrow, zajímavého. The street sign reads "Fuck the police." Myslím, že pigs go home. The rest, the street name is illegible.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with?
What is this fuck the police business?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Cool, and what good to meet you, just a gardener. Another question then.
I am pleased to meet you too, officer.
Officer.
Of course. Where to?
Where am
What do
I?
you mean?
I'm disoriented. I don't know where am I.
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
No problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Okay. Rukavičky. Goods from the lorry, hazardous surrounding. Closed for winter, please use main entrance.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Announces the round man. The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
What's happening? You sound angry, Kim.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
Lorry driver
I
thing.
know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim. I've got your back.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
And now that's all settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impatiently, cigarette smoldering between his fingers. What are you
Oh,
hauling?
not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. Apples. Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Got a smoke?
No. He's got a smoke right there, in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage.
Can't have it.
Hand it over, I'm confiscating it as evidence.
Evidence of what? I haven't done anything.
He puts out the cigarette and flicks the tiny stub towards the street.
What, officer?
Shit.
Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
Časopisy. Jdeme Ty much hungrier than you. You should feel threatened by the handsome man. Don't be silly. Magnézium, OK. Nevím, jestli je úplně dobrý sbírat prášky ze země, ale teda z koše. Peníze ze země, to samozřejmě vezmu. Ale tu jít nemám. Předpokládám, že mám jít tou druhou stranou. Aha, to je ta díra v tom plotě.
Kuno's got this.
The boys throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno.
Yells the other kid behind the fence. Hey kid, a word? Police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
The children ignore you.
Love it in the dick.
Jo, dobře, už vím, proč to bylo cenzurovaný, dobrý.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Stop throwing rocks at my crime scene.
Fuck that, Kuno. Yeah, right in the mouthhole.
They pay you no heed or pretend not to notice you.
Plus může sfackovat.
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. Just take it easy.
Are you kids siblings?
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Co to je do prdele? The body, what do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally choking.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
End of conversation. Very strong. You should be this stoic.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I gotta ask, who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig.
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Kuno sounds like I should call a rabbit dog. So you refer to yourself in the third person? Kuno, is it some kind of gang name?
Yeah, Kuno's in a fucking gang. In a bang gang. Kuno bangs for Magie, bangs for Mazda, bangs for Revachol.
He lays the names out there with pride and precision, like cards on a table. Right when he's getting distracted, there's a malevolent hiss behind the fence.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
the thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno! Help!
Just answer the
Help!
question.
He's sticking his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
Shut him down. Don't punch him, it's a bad idea. Pulsy, já chci praštit. Ať to vyjde. Yes.
Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well, leaving your knuckles tingling. Kuno feels it. This was no light tap.
What?
I think we can have a normal conversation now. Am I right, Kuno?
Officer, this is very far from normal police conduct. Get yourself together.
For heaven's sake, he thinks, this has gone too far. Don't make this any worse than it is. Just get back to questioning the kid.
Okay, Pig.
He no longer wearing his demonic grin. Something happened. The punch made him calmer.
If this act was about him trying to establish dominance over you, it's safe to say things didn't go as he'd planned.
Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything.
He declares with a pride.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eyes are alive, jumping from actor to actor.
Okay, Pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want?
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too.
Legendary
This is where he
failure.
hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. You should give up, Popo, or the Kun will keep fucking it out of you.
You okay, Kuno?
The Kun has her
That
confused.
went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
So, you respect me now?
You're dreaming, Pig. That's not how this shit works.
A little. But don't expect anything to change.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno! Fuck his fat ass!
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Smells like spoiled meat and a curdled human being being decomposed.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Pokecat s tou druhou
Kuno,
věcí.
the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
I just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
What are those strange words you use, girl?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing her. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
She puts her finger to her temple.
Get the fuck out of her face. You got done.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
Only the...
I'll die before I squeal, pig. You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
The fuck?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's extrasensory perception. Whatever is in there holds special significance.
I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
What is remote viewer division?
All the detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division. Their work is invaluable to the force.
What kind of extraterrestrial abilities do they possess?
None, because they don't exist.
I'm so disappointed right now. I thought there was a remote viewer division.
There isn't, but we should still access this container. We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage,
Or, Lieutenant?
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Another air wears a crown. On the ribbon blows, a light above descending.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 46.
Okay.
2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at it, ain't
You're
I?
not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Counter-rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
Nějaký absolutní unit se tady procházel.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
A heavy one, 200.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes. A woman or a kid?
Could be a woman.
How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
I don't.
Understood. Anything else?
An aberration. One soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
A drummer? That's stupid.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers.
The lieutenant clearly appreciates the chance to clear up the drummer issue himself.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Interesting. Not thoughtfully.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? Mm-hmm.
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
To dává smysl?
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
This kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. Takže by to actually bylo dítě? A ne žena?
What do you see?
Someone's trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. Peníze.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite.
Why am I looking at this?
Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid palette. Easy on the eyes. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What
Hard
feeling?
to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
Kiblik. Nemůžu pro kyblík. To musím oběhnout celou mapu. Tak nic, nejdu pro kyblík. Mapa Kuno, Empathy legendární. Tak teďka asi můžu, ne? Když se zase rozsvítil Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
What's going on is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno! Trying to fuck at me!
Kuno gonna fuck you up! Up!
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Kuno doesn't...
Dobrý, ještě tady u toho těla asi už nic jiného udělat nemůžu, nebo
There
můžu?
he still is, looking right through you with his white. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind.
Try to walk away.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Fucking
Keep it.
corpse. Handkerchief. Thank you.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
I think ammonia would help.
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't... There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Oh. Takže nemůžu, že...
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno does...
Dobře, tak zkusíme zajít pro ty klíče od popelnice mezi tím.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
You wait and see, cafeteria manager. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit. This trash container with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Did I just have a pre-emotional that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pocket empty, or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for
A
it.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Thrown out towel, a mug, that's all.
Alright. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Could be simple as someone from the hostel cleaning yard, or that one he knows what the rebel behind him. I'd advise against confronting that.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No, it can't be.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form.
A miserable looking slip of paper stick to a board.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
It must have been cramping my style. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the greater bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone from the whirling knew it in the threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring.
Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron, only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Tak, Lieutenant Hank. 2 pade? OK, to je drahej ten.
It's the
Interact.
ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard,
White.
they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
Ohoho, tak tohle bude podívaná. Čau Blacky. No přišel jsi akorát včas, kdy budu končit, protože se musím připravit do práce. Ale zítra zase tak nějak kolem ne, vlastně ne, zítra musím do práce dřív. Tak zítra podle toho, v kolik vstanu, tak možná zítra bude a v neděli budu hrát. Ale dneska právě už to, že počkám, až to pustí odejít z toho, tady z toho pohledu. A nějak to uložím a budu odcházet, protože musím do práce. Ale právě to na mě vyskočilo ve Steam slevách. Skočilo to na mě ve Steam slevách, tak jsem to hnedka kupoval. Bylo to asi za 12 €, říkám, tyhle to musím koupit. Jo, ale potřebuju k tomu nějaký prompt, aby mě to... Jo, tady je, close the case file, dobrý. Put the ledger away. Jo, to vím, že to se dá to, ale... wow, jo, No, tak to teďka to nějak končí se zkouškovým, ne? Máme kreslit další smajlíky, už jsem s ní dohodnutý, mám jí napsat příští týden. Save. Je tu někde, jakože manuál, nebo? A ještě by mě zajímala jedna věc. Funguje ta Twitch integrace, nebo nefunguje? Když jdu na kanál, protože jsem se snažil zprovoznit Twitch integraci Disco Elysia, ale vypadá, že nefunguje. Proč? Connecting to server. Tak to vyřešit do příště, protože to zní fakt velmi zajímavě, protože když to funguje, tak ta extension můžete mi dávat bonusy a debuffy a můžete mi psát charakter sheet. Teď tady ještě neobjevil, ten by tady taky někde měl být, ale... To je thought kabinet, to je žurnál. A tady to je charakter sheet. Tak tohle to se mi můžete hrabat. Ale teď to nějak nefunguje, nevím proč, nějak to musím pogooglit, ale... Psal to tam, že se můžete volit preference v dialozích a že se můžete hrabat že mi můžete psát charakter sheet. Inspect a streamer's Disco Elysium character sheet, vote on dialogue options and boost the streamer's stats. Takže to zprovozním nějak do příště, nebo zjistím, jak to zprovoznit. Ale teď to mám uložený, kolik je? 3/4, to je akorát... No, byl jsem na začátku někde zrazen, mohl jsem vůnout Milady, ale protože jsem nevěděl, že když odejdu z dialogu, tak odejde i ona, tak mi odešla, protože jsem si chtěl sundat tu košili, která mi snižovala přesvědčování. Takže jsem nemohl vůnout Milady a odešla mi. Měl jsem na to i dobrou šanci, že jsem 52% nebo 48% s tím debuffem. Tak jsem říkal, tak jsem si právě říkal, že bude prdel. Tak nic. No a teď se mi dvakrát nepovedlo přesvědčit toho fakana Kuna nebo Kuda, nebo jak se jmenuje tady ten, aby se mnou povídal normálně. Povedlo se mi mu dát přes držku, ale nemůžu k němu být empatický. Je tam druhý červenejček. No nic. Nevím, jestli se uvidíme zítra, uvidíme se určitě v neděli. To mám volno, to semka naskočím, ale spíš někdy večer, protože budu chrápat po směně. Takže to bude, předpokládám, dlouhé. Takže se uvidíme v neděli, možná zítra. Záznam bude za 24 hodin na YouTube. A já si končím, díky a čus.